You are standing on the shoulders of giants. There is warrior blood flowing through your veins. And I believe that your ancestors, I believe that my ancestors are in heaven and they're like, let's go. Sis, come on. Come on, we can see what you can do. Look how far we've come.
Hi everyone, I am Liat from Mom Joe, and I just got back from the Rise Dallas weekend with Rachel Hollis.
4, 3, 2, 1!
I literally arrived back last night. I am brimming with energy, excitement, and information, and I want to share it with you in case you are thinking if you should attend a Rachel Hollis conference or event of any kind. If you're new to our community, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do new videos every Tuesdays and Fridays, and also if you like this video and you're already following along and interested, give us a thumbs up and feel free to pop any questions you have right down below in the comment section. So we've received a bunch of questions about this event, and it's clear that people are either interested and want to know more so they can decide whether that kind of an event will really service them and speak to them. And then there are people that absolutely have no idea who Rachel Hollis is yet, and who are questioning what this is all about and what it really entails. So I'm going to start with that exact fact. What is the Rise Weekend all about? Rise is a fully immersive personal development conference. That's simple. It's got different elements that cover all different aspects like motivation, inspiration, goal setting, life coaching, entertainment, a lot of emotions, a lot of deep-seated, like intense emotional, personal work that you will be doing. And there's also an element of just an experience, being able to witness the power of women coming together and the energy and the vibe that power brings into one huge room, depending on the size of the conference. So the Rise Dallas conference had 7,500 women. I'm going to say that again, 7,500 women in one arena, all there for the same purpose of bettering themselves and bettering their lives in some way or another. There were moms, there were CEOs, there were housewives, there were stay-at-home moms, there were teachers, there were social workers, there were grandmothers, there were teenage daughters, there were college students. There was every kind of woman you can imagine, and everyone was there with the same purpose, to tap into that little voice inside them that says, I am made for more, to quote Rachel Hollis. So the reason I'm sharing this is because I really got a lot out of it. I absolutely loved it. I feel that every single woman in the world should have the privilege of attending such an event. And if you are even questioning it, if you have the slight inkling and interest in such an event, I am that passionate about it that I would say to you, do it without a question. Even just to be a witness, just to experience it. Sit back and watch a movie for 3 days. It is mind-blowing and a real experience, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Going back to what this conference is actually about, it is 3 days. The Rise that we went to was actually only 2 days long, and a third day was optional. And our only piece of feedback was that we would have liked it to be 3 days, because once you're in it and you're immersed in it, like 2 days just wasn't enough. So from now on, apparently Rise is going to be 3 days long, and that's what I feel should be the right amount of time to get as much as you can out of it. And what it entails is, of course, it's Rachel Hollis's event, so she does a lot of the talking, a lot of the hosting, a lot of the presenting, but there are a lot of guest speakers that help facilitate her message throughout the entire conference. So we had the absolute privilege and pleasure of witnessing Trent Shelton speaking, who absolutely blew my mind.
It's time to break through. It's time for you to be loyal to what you said you were going to do. Even when that mood is left you. Even when that struggle gets the best of you. It's not there to break you. It's just there to test you.
If you don't already follow him, you should. He is phenomenal. All about #rehab time and how to overcome difficulties and challenges and really get to your best possible self. Rachel's husband, Dave Hollis, was a fantastic speaker. He spoke about all the things that will get in your way while you are trying to become the person that you believe you can be. So whether it's your partner or a boss that is pushing you down, or friends that are pushing you down, or even the voice inside your head that kind of gives you those limiting beliefs, he spoke about that aspect and he did it really excellently.
When I think about the things that we're writing down on our exercise for what the future looks like, it makes me freak out. I have to look down in the mirror. Right there on my arm it says it. I was built for this. You were built for this. You were built for this. All of you here were built for the audacity of the dreams that you have.
Rachel sat down with a panel of 3 phenomenal, incredible, and inspirational business owners, CEOs of multi-million-dollar companies that came from a normal, average, totally normal background. And it was really interesting to relate to them and to hear Rachel asking them specific questions that helped all of us in some way, shape, or form, whether it was business related or not, to figure out how to stick to a goal no matter what the adversity and no matter what life throws at you, and kind of how you can then get to where they are 10 years later or 5 years later after you've made that goal for yourself. There were various moments of intense emotion, be it crying, be it excitement, be it laughter. Rachel is really, really funny. She's definitely mastered the art of public speaking and making it entertaining. But without sharing too much, there are specific parts of the event that make you burst with emotion. And that's really what it's about. It's to make you feel things and make you get out of your comfort zone in your own way so that it pushes you to that next level. So something like the Stand Up For Your Sister experience there wasn't a dry eye in the room of 7,500 people. And there were other moments where Rachel herself was crying as she was trying to portray certain messages, and you couldn't help but feel it, like hard. There were also other moments of intense laughter and a lot of fun, enthusiasm, energy, because there is a fabulous DJ, the sound is amazing, and she uses a lot of music to make the vibe and the energy what it should be. It really enhances it and elevates it to the level that it needs to be for you to like keep motivated and to feel the emotions that you need to feel to get the work done.
4, 3, 2, 1.
There's of course an element of work, literally work. There's a workbook. You're writing in your workbook, you're thinking, you're planning, and you're doing a lot of personal growth and searching within yourself for a lot of stuff. So if that's not your thing, then you just don't do it. But I'm pretty sure the chances are you'll think about it, you'll jot some things down, and you'll get into it. A lot of people ask me whether it is like preachy and rah-rah and very gospel. And my answer is yes, there's an element of a bit of rah-rah and jumping up and down and amen. But it's not Christian per se or religious. It is just about hope and belief and love and passion. And if you've been to a music concert, it's the exact same thing. You're just feeling the vibe, you're getting into it, and you're feeling the energy of the room and the power within. So don't be deterred by that. Do not think it's all of that. And even if that's not your thing, then you don't take part in that part of it. Not a big deal. If the money is worth it is another question. I say 100% yes. Should you sit in the bleachers right up at the back if that's all you can afford? 100% yes. If you can afford to be in the VIP or the priority seating, great, but it's not a necessity. So you do what fits within your budget, and 120,000% yes, it's worth the money. What was my key takeaway? Honestly, every takeaway for each person is totally personal and different. For me, it was the power and the vibe and the energy that I took away from that and that I've brought home with me and that I'm going to be intentional about keeping every day. And for each person, it's totally different. So for you, it's going to be something different. I've quickly moved inside because it started raining. Another thing I wanted to share is what was really interesting to see is the way that all the women treated each other. There was a real sense of sisterhood and something that is really indescribable because everyone smiled at each other with genuine, real emotion and love, like an absolute stranger to an absolute stranger. And that feeling was really remarkable, so much so that when we got to the airport after the event, and I was so used to smiling and like connecting with people with my eyes or even starting a conversation, that I just did it randomly to some random people, and very, very quickly was I brought back to earth and reminded that I'm back in the real world and not at Rachel Hollis RISE Conference. So as I mentioned before, just to experience this phenomenon is really worth it. Another important question that people were asking is, do you walk out of there with an actual plan of what you should do when you get back into the real world? And the answer is an absolute yes. There is a workbook that you get at the beginning, and yes, you can take notes and write down all the fantastic quotes, but really there is a bunch of work that you do during the conference and then that you can take home and finish when you're done. And it's real practical tools for you to implement these ideas and these points into your life on a daily basis. So there you have it, guys. I'm gonna love and leave you now. And here's a moment from the end of RISE as I was walking out, just to leave you with some thoughts, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Best of luck. So I am walking out of day 2 of the end of the RISE conference. And honestly, I have such a mixture of feelings, but truthfully, I'm feeling sad because it's over. It was a little too quick for my liking. But all I wanted to say is if you enjoyed this video, if it gave you some feelings of emotion and a sense of motivation, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about this event, drop them down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Carolina and I publish new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe, like, and follow us on social media at Finding Motto.